Hello everybody, and welcome back to the League of Dracula. This is a final league game between Werecraft, who's playing as Hunters, and Piratejoe, who's playing as Dracula. We've joined the game a little bit late, it's just real life stuff getting in the way, but that's okay. And basically what happened is here, nothing's been revealed. Oh, fuck. Never mind. Drac has just been revealed in Prague, thanks to local rumours, but that is his current location, and he's just wolf formed to that location, but the entirety of the trail has been undiscovered, no newspapers, there's a rumour token that's going to mature in 2 days' time. Holy shit. And Rufus Smith and Aggie are both in the discard pile. Holy crap. And also, Roscoe is on voice call with me. Hello, Roscoe.
Yeah, hang on. And breathe. I'm not even in the game yet. You've just explained everything that's happened. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ, I know.
The hell. Right, okay, that's right, here we go.
So we
He's been
up...
found in Prague. Do you know?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. That's the wolf location.
So this is...
Holy crap.
Wow. So 2 hunters on one here.
I think they discovered it was Godalming's turn that discovered it, so Godalming can't move on to it. And also the problem is, I mean, all this stuff's going to mature, right? This has to be a hoax and a vampire. Holy.
So yeah.
Holy shit.
Do you try and I think at this stage you trying to go after the trail, or you got Drac so close you can't wolf form?
No, I'd wait for him to move one turn and then just like try and just kill him, I guess.
If you got renewed vigor and a couple of things, you'll be.
Yeah.
Jesus, if you got consecrated ground.
Oh my god, you just end the game right now, potentially, yeah. Having the shortest recording ever.
Well, that just means. Oh no, yeah, it means we have to talk bollocks for an hour and a half just so people join the video.
That is not a difficult thing for us to achieve. That is a very low expectation for us, so that's fine.
And the Veil's been played as well, that's interesting.
It has. I don't know what it ditched though. That's the only thing that's been discarded because it's fucking behind the veil, you can't see what card it is. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no newspaper. The fact that both allies have been discarded, that's pretty bold. I guess was just desperate to hit the trail, I guess. Oof. There's a lot of things in the discard pile for Dracula, so it is a hoax. Dracula will be laughing.
Enough. He's obviously not got any night supplies, or if he has, he's been lucky because there's no Drac cards been given.
Oh, and actually moved Mina onto Nuremberg, so Dracula can't go there. But it wasn't on Dracula's turn, so it must have gone from Berlin there. So
to Prague, and he can't misdirect Prague because it's wolfed. So he either has to hide.
He's going
one of the two of them.
He's going to have to hide or misdirect Berlin, or move into Mina. Wait, what?
It's matured, right?
Oh no, he wolf formed to Prague. Yes, he's going back to Berlin.
Prague, right?
He's going back to Berlin. That's what he's doing. Yeah. He's in Berlin now. At least that's the thing. As the hunters, you know where he is. So if you wanted to challenge,
What you would do is you want to try and unearthly
swiftness.
swiftness.
I mean, that'll do it
Okay.
to get further away from the hunters and to mature this vampire.
He'll use that now, won't he?
Oh yeah.
See, if he didn't have that, you want to try and block it because you'll probably go to sea from Hamburg and then.
Yeah. So that's actually. Whoa.
No, both allies. There's no allies in play for the hunters, so.
No. Yeah. Huge result. Holy crap.
I'll tell you this, and this is you didn't record the game. I played with Werecraft. This is like the reversal of fortunes because as hunters, I just could not get any break of the cards. So much so to the point that I said Werecraft then after the game apologised. He felt bad just getting the cards that he had, and like the reversal is like he's not, as a hunter he's not got the cards he needed, and you've got to get the right ones you get.
I guess it depends what cards he has been able to get, because like if he doesn't get a newspaper, yeah, that's not great because he's lost a hoax. But the hoax was only to get Unearthly Swiftness to get the vampire to mature, and honestly, that vampire is probably going to mature anyway, unless it was like in Le Havre or something. So he's done it more to get away from the hunters. It's more the Unearthly Swiftness to get to Hamburg. But if the hunters have been able to pick up They did get a newspaper, but they have a CG. I mean, they probably would have paid CG there actually. But they got like a renewed vigor, or other good stuff. Then maybe it's not so bad. But if they have got
Look at that, there's still 59 cards in the deck, so he's not been supplying either.
he must. I think it's just there's a lot. Oh no, hang on a minute.
Back in it, sorry,
that's Dracula. I think there's about 11 Dracula cards in the discard. So there's just a lot of them on top.
You say he's burnt Agatha, he's burnt Rufus.
So he gets a surprise.
He gets a surprise in return.
He would have surely played one of them now. I think he's got surprise.
Transfusion of Mina.
Yeah, nothing else.
This is.
Yeah.
The good thing is, Wolf hasn't burnt after the matured card, so he still can only go one at a time.
Correct.
So the hunters are pretty well positioned to block him in, or certainly force him to see. The question is, do they want to have? That's fine. Do they want to have a chase around the sea? But if he has got surprising return, forcing him to sea and then throwing down Rufus, they force him to land in UK or take 6-8 damage, depending what he wants to do.
Oh, yeah, very unlikely they would have hidden Berlin. That'd be a ballsy
move. They would no. Gone Berlin. He's probably in Hamburg. Look, he's wanting to get to sea. I would imagine he would go to sea after this, or hide and throw down a fog. But imagine knowing the player slightly, he'll probably jump to sea after this, especially without Rufus being in play.
Yeah. In fact, they got burnt, and he knows it's been burnt.
That's a hell of a good start for a Drac, though. That's your 7 points there. That helps your IDS and everything.
Yeah.
Started well, isn't it? The second half of the tournament, actually.
Mhm. Yes, I was going to say.
See any of his games? I don't know how if he's been watching it or he's played, right to the end sort of games. But
so I was going to
what you'd expect at this level.
I was going to say for the folks at home, the state of play here, because we're in the final stage. This is game week 2. Current situation is after the first week, Piratejoe was first in the league, with 2 wins from 2. Werecraft also won both games, but Werecraft has actually won another one since then. So Werecraft is actually now, as it currently stands, top of the league with 3 wins out of 3. So this is a very much top of the table clash, and then I've got to play Piratejoe this weekend, probably tomorrow. So I'm calling this on a Friday. So yeah, that is a lot of top of the table clashes already, which you'd expect after only 1 week played. But
yeah.
Interesting.
The thing is, the games have all, well, the ones I've seen on, the ones I've been involved in, certainly have been very close, very, very close. I don't, mind you, this might be the exception, but there's a surprising return. No, that's fine. I would imagine most of these games are going to come down to last week, or it's not going to. There's not going to be. You're going to have to be very, very lucky or unlucky, depending which faction you're on. If you don't get the cards, that it's going to be a runaway game. It's going to come down to a week. 3 health. I can't see a lot of IDS swayed in one or the other. Again, makes it
it's
more exciting anyway.
Tricky. I think maybe like if someone gets a hunter victory, it's possible that they might get a big IDS lead because they can. I think, assuming the hunters are competent, they can stop Dracula getting IDS. Maybe they can never catch Drac. They can never go into Drac space for a long, long time, but they can stop Dracula from getting points for a long time. Whereas
this one here, for example, this scenario, so that's 7 straight off the bat, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is very unusual. I was going to say this is a very unusual situation. You don't normally have a situation where neither Jonathan Harker nor Hypnosis newspaper comes out in first week. That's quite unusual.
Yeah.
But there's an exception to the case where that's why this is so good actually for Dracula, because even if Vampire Lair gets used, that's 5 points guaranteed already from IDS. So even if Piratejoe does end up losing, then it is limiting the defeat. But still, that puts him in a really good position to win. So.
And that's it. I mean, it'd be interesting. So if he was in Prague, I'd be interested to see where. I wonder where he started then.
When that vampire matured, it would have said. I was not paying attention, I must admit.
See it? No.
I'll check the recording back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll watch it back. Yeah, I'll be interested to see where he, if he will from to there, whether he was East Coast then, or if he started Central and was working his way out.
I think he was.
Flee.
I think he was going like central and west and heading eastward.
Yeah, hopefully jumping to Prague, hoping that the two of them
Would
move.
jump past. Yeah, would jump over him. Yep, and then he could just head east freely. Yep. But did it so that Berlin wasn't blocked, so it could get out again. It's still very risky though.
Yeah.
Oh, well that's not a great time to have high scouts. I mean, that was pretty obvious, yeah. But that's okay. It's not, he's probably got high scouts.
Either now in the North Atlantic or the English Channel. He has gone the second sea, which is fine.
Yeah. So assuming it's North Atlantic. Oh, another vampire, holy crap.
His MO, he does do this play, like he throws a lot of vamps down early. Which is it's not a bad strategy. It's either you're going to do some damage or you're going to burn a lot of stakes early.
In this situation here, Gadami has no stake. And also...
But he does like the vamps.
What the hell does Gadami have? He has one combat item. What the hell is this? Oh. Okay. That could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
But also, I assume, because of that reckless, the three things after it that got burned, I assume were sort of like more benign things. They weren't vampires. Assume.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we shall never know. Because I don't think
there's the other argument that throw it down that they burn a vampire on a rumour token, and then you back it up with another vampire, so that the first one doesn't mature.
Yeah.
You're still getting guaranteed 4 points anyway, and and like you say, the hunters may have that frame of mind you said where it's not going to be anything important after a vamp mature, so you're kind of hedging your bets that you're going to get at least 3 points or 7 or 4, whatever. But it's when they burn, you don't know.
Especially if you position it in a way that if 3 hunters start chasing Drac and you're left with 1 hunter to do with the trail, they burn the stake, and there's another vampire. Like, how do they kill another one? Unless it's like, aristocratic. But yeah.
You would even at this stage, you'd even take a 3 pointer from a new vampire. Actually up to 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So here, interesting. Use wax cylinders to see Hamburg was bad, so it doesn't have to deal with that. So all we need to do is just kill that one vampire in Berlin, and then you can just commit everybody to finding Drac's landing location. This is going to be tricky because now without surprising return, can't activate it to search. You've triggered it for Rufus, so you've lost that search ability now.
The 2 hired scouts have been used.
Yeah, with the deck obviously being reshuffled, it's going to be harder to get. You never know, maybe a hired scouts at the top. Oh.
He could have. I mean, he might have money trail. If he's got money trail, one of the hunters, that's that saves a bit of time.
I'm just gonna. Is Drac gone to the UK? I mean, maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's usually a starting point for.
There's a lot of things triggering there. Well, at least one has to be renewed vigor, right? You feel bad for the hunters if it's not one renewed vigor. It's like 2 or 3 things we're about to trigger there. Can't be newspaper, so it's got to be it's renewed. It could be surprising
Night,
return.
Speedy Telegraph.
You'd know if it's a surprising return because it'll trigger at night as well.
Jump back out and go back in. I think my connection timed out and it brought me back in, but I don't think it's. Are we still waiting on Van Helsing's turn on your screen?
It's Godalming's turn on my screen.
Oh, okay. I need to jump back and come back in. That's fine.
Yeah, I saw that you left. I was a bit confused by everything.
No, I did. It just came up with that connection timed out, and then it brought me back in.
Right.
It didn't bring me back into where.
Okay, Godalming supplying. This is where you need a high scouts right off the bat. But the fact this is taking a long time, it doesn't look like it. I have to discard something. Might get a stake though. Kind of what you want. Should be Seward's turn now. Well, that's typical. The one game I turned up 15 minutes late to, and fortunately, newspaper were kind enough to not appear.
Yeah.
Talk about perfect timing.
Imagine, yeah, exactly. So who's you've already played one of your games this week, have you?
No, I've got them both tomorrow.
Right.
No rest for the wicked. And I might have to play my game 3 week 1 as well, because I'm away the following weekend. That's the weekend we're supposed to play, or week we're supposed to play. But I'm away, so I might have to do like 3 games this weekend, then 3 the week after, which is not gonna be fun. But oh well, that's what you get.
Got bugs on Sunday morning.
Oh.
From Mr. Green. I emailed him at the beginning of the week to try and get a time and date in, but I've not heard anything from him, so that might one of the slots I had is now unavailable, so I have to get the next week or something. But
that's unusual for Mr. Green. Oh well. Oh, found the steak that you wanted. That was good supply.
Right. Okay. So damage limitation.
Yeah. Taken care of.
Supply.
Yeah.
Now the good thing is here he has only he's landed once, obviously without any wolves. So do you then make 8 and 39?
This is interesting. Have you seen what Van Helsing and Mino have done? He's committed Van Helsing off the coastline and only sent Seward to the coast, but he's going to do a psychic scan of France.
Oh yeah.
That's very interesting. So then he knows from this, he'll know that it's either Ireland or like London. Yeah. It'd probably be London. I can't imagine Drax gone to Ireland, because then you're moving towards the hunters. That's just asking for trouble.
Ooh. France.
Not a huge surprise, but still you had to check it. You feel bad if you didn't check it. You've only got one hunter close to the ports. That's the problem. So you're not going to be able to commit very hard into this.
Yeah. And the thing is, Godalming's going to have to jump to Amsterdam to go to sea because Hamburg's blocked with bats. So
yeah.
Navigate around that as well. Yeah, I mean UK. If you play the UK right, it's a pain in the ass to get near. The risk is, as Drac, is that trapped if consecrated ground is there, or you have 3 hunters and you block this. You run out of space very quickly, but it's a hell of a place to try and get to. And you can just keep going round and round.
Yeah. It's especially also like if the hunters have excellent weather, they can get there much sooner than you'd expect them to. But yeah, I always find that as like the hunters probably give way too many strategies now to you. But I find the UK is a bit my Achilles heel a little bit, because sometimes I can't work out, because you don't want to commit too much with the hunters, because if Dracula escapes, you're stuck with 3 of them there, and then you have to try and get them off. It's very annoying. Whereas at the same time, if you don't commit enough, Dracula will just go round in circles or just get too many points. Oh, speaking of which. Oh!
You go.
Oh! Wow, he actually landed in Plymouth. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, so fog daytime, so one will burn straight away. But yeah, as you say, the other 3 are all. Oh, fast horse will put somebody into. Oops, maybe not.
No.
Yeah, that puts somebody into space. Here's the thing now, what do? Do you keep supplying during the day, trying to get good cards, or do you try and move, as you say, then risk going there without really anything decent? Do you try and pull up the stuff you need, renewed vigour, planned ambush, or, this moving is kind of, as you said, you get there, he then jumps to Edinburgh or Swansea, or, I assume he's gone, well, he has to have gone English Channel, yeah. So he's now got 2 oceans free on the west. Yeah,
so he can just escape whenever he wants, basically.
Well, he's got 2 oceans free on the west, or in 3 days' time, he's also got North Sea available again. So,
yeah, loads of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sensitive on this.
It's still only Friday second week, so it's not like this is a 3rd week situation. Then you're really desperate. Like, oh God, I need to get over there.
And I mean, in regards to time sensitive, as in, do you send the hunters in there now?
Yes, agreed.
Or do you kind of try and force them out, and then, as you say, because the thing is now, Rufus is still in play, so he is there. He's sitting on 10 health.
Probably feed now.
Imagine he'd feed tonight.
That's at least 7 health gone by the time you. Well, no, he's on 10, 13, down to 9 again. Assuming he only moves 2 ocean spaces. Yeah.
I don't think he would. I mean, he is an aggressive Drac player, but I don't think he would try and kill Seward right now.
No. You have to take
if Seward had 2 or 3 health, I would be tempted to fight. Take him out of the game, put him back into Madrid, burn his hand.
But also you get a lot of points from it as well.
Yeah, especially at this stage, you know, that's you up there.
That's 3 points, and then it only takes 1 day to move, and then you're done. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's vampires here to deal with. I should quickly check the discard pile before this thing resets. Try to get an idea of what they've got. Only 2 stakes in discard pile. Oh, a heavenly host. There's a heavenly host in discard pile.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. Yeah, that's a strange.
They just ended up on like 2 of them on Godalming and just decided to get rid of one. I do that sometimes.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's not really as much a hassle as it used to be before we met on this game, because hunters just supply constantly and you burn through the deck.
Yep.
When you're playing the board game and stuff, we find that you'd be like, that's at lost, because hunters were supplying at night as well as during the day. And yeah, I mean that's that deck gone now, so you can get heavily host back in the next hand if it shuffles right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I do sometimes. Just as the game ebbs and flows, you're going to just prioritize different things. So
because he has that host to mature, which puts some cards back in, which is handy. Yeah, I watched a bit of yours on your game of bugs earlier.
I'm really surprised you haven't made any comment about wax cylinders yet this recording.
I'll put a comment in your. I'll put a comment in your channel. So
I did. I saw that. Yeah, I'm just. That's
all I did. That's all. I wasn't even going to bring it up, mate. But as soon as you have,
I was going to say we've been recording.
That's why it was where it was.
I've been recording for 21, almost 22 minutes, and you haven't mentioned wax cylinders once. Like, what on earth is this about?
I'd already passed judgment on your comment on the video. As soon as you drew it and you were going, "Oh my god!" I was like, "There you go. There you are." Said.
You could feel my excitement through the screen. Just my childish excitement. Like, yeah, I found him with wax cylinders. If I drew on Seward as well, oh my god, just couldn't make it up.
Man. You found him, and then you can use that for the rest of the game. It's very underrated.
Yeah, that tier list is going back to bite us now, because especially I had that whole video with Jonathan Harker just being a pain in the arse against Quincy as well. Just things. That's coming back to bite me a bit.
Well, did you have Harker as a
No, he
ally?
He had Harker as ally. Had no newspaper. Doesn't matter. Jonathan Harker just kept revealing where I was. I was like, well, fuck you then.
What was it, a tournament game? Like this stage game?
No. It's just a friendly. Maybe a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we're just chatting.
Right.
Yep. You'll be able to tell the video title is just Jonathan Harker's OP.
Yeah, it's funny when people have bad games against certain cards, how they change their standing on what's OP and what's not.
Yeah, I just do it just to be a YouTuber, because that's what everything is. It's all about clickbait. Oh, this is OP.
Yeah,
just fuck off. Fuck off with that. It's purely, if you see me writing the word OP in any capacity, it's purely satirical. There's no seriousness at all. Okay, blocks that. So
yes, that's fine. Seward's got the best. That's fine. I mean, the wolf is still in there, but
he wouldn't wolf. He wouldn't wolf form to Magister, would he? It's a bold move. That has to be a bold one.
Well, yeah.
The only good.
Hey, to be fair, I'd probably keep Seward in the UK. If Drac goes to sea now, I would just leave Seward in the UK to sort this out.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, no,
leave the other 3.
I wouldn't leave.
Bring the other ones back onto. Possibly you could risk putting Van Helsing at Galway just to from jumping in Dublin, but 2 on the mainland is a good. By the time he gets to the sea, then he could open up to North Sea again. But
hang on a minute, let me just do the count. He went English Channel. Oh yeah, right. If he goes Irish Sea, he's going to go Irish Sea, North Atlantic. North Sea is then back available. he might risk, with even though Rufus is there. Oh, we might misdirect London. Okay. He might take more damage from Rufus and go. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about going back to London.
Oh, I guess. I mean, the good thing is Plymouth is still to mature. It's coming up, so either means do they let that mature, or they have to go through Drac.
Imagine if imagine if Godalming had like X and Weather now.
Yeah.
It could be a 2v2.
His item hand. I don't think he's supplied since we found it. His item hand only had one item, one weapon. Combat. Used that stake, didn't he? So.
Yeah, because he did a couple of supplies. Because he supplied to get the stake. He didn't have
Did
the
he?
stake.
Right, okay.
He didn't have the stake. So whatever he had is now being rotated round. So.
Option: you go back at London, throw down another fog.
Hoping to
Waste,
trap
but,
them. But then what happens if the hunters?
Yeah, exactly. Stick them in there.
If the hunters don't move, then you've just wasted your fog, and you're gonna have to move to Manchester now. I mean, he could hide, I suppose.
Hide now, yeah. If he hides now, that frees up all the oceans. That'll burn off English Channel.
Yeah, that's true.
He's still facing Rufus with only Mina.
Yeah.
And you'd risk, if you went to English Channel and say, for example, you did block. I mean, I'd be tempted to bring Van Helsing back to.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe back to
Bordeaux now.
Yeah, I think so. If he's gonna commit to English
Even
Channel.
if he rule forms once, he can only rule form and still be in France. So
yeah, so you can
stop
stop that.
Psychic.
Yeah, you can basically prevent that. I would move that. I'd probably move Van Helsing back to mainland here. Yeah. Don't commit to UK anymore since he's decided to go back to London.
Exactly. Yeah. Now we know that he's left. He's left Swansea. Yeah. He's not gonna get into the Irish Sea. So. He still has only got the one.
The thing is, if Seward moves off of Liverpool, he could then walk from London to Liverpool, which is kind of why maybe you want to keep Seward in place. But the problem is, Plymouth is going to mature at some point. Do you just?
Yeah. Do you put Godalming straight into Plymouth and then let Drac there, or do you jump on him and?
Oh, I don't know.
To delay and.
It depends on what. It all depends on what Plymouth is. Oh, I don't know about. Well, maybe if he puts Van Helsing to Plymouth and moves Godalming to London, so even if there's fog in London, Van Helsing can then go and clean up Plymouth.
Yeah.
Maybe not a bad idea.
At this stage, you can't even afford a 3 new vamp to mature.
No, that's just asking for trouble. They've still got this thing in Swansea to deal with, right?
You've really got to just.
And the longer Drac can stall,
any
just
Drac with a. Yeah. Any Drac that gets any points in the first week, you're on a good chance to win a better game. Then the onus is really on the hunters to. And again, as we see here, it reduces the whole standing and supplying for a week until you get the cards you want, because
you've
got to chase them.
You're forced to go after things. Yeah.
And the thing is, argue what the game should be like.
They're going to have to deal with Swansea eventually. And the longer that Drac can just sit there in London safely, and the hunters are going to have to start making awkward decisions, because if they don't jump in, then they might miss a chance. Especially if there isn't fog. We have to assume that Drac has second fog, but might not have second fog.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now.
He has to have fog, right? Hunters. He has to have fog, right?
I think so. And, well, yeah, I mean...
You feel... Oh, I don't know. It also depends if he has forewarned or not.
No, he's stayed there and hidden, so now he's got 2 events. He could have just... I mean, what you could do is throw down two vamps and Drac.
Yep. But what if you get hit? Oh, I don't know. Is that a good idea? I mean...
Well, Van Helsing's got to land first and then supply, and he's only on a small city in Plymouth, so he's did a move there.
He might just move and just search immediately. Right, let's see if there's fog, and also then if there's a forewarned. It's a bat.
Bats on London. Oh, right, okay. And a vamp on Hyde. Interesting.
Yeah.
If you got them around the wrong way.
Interesting. So wait, that means in the hunt, he can make it a 3v1 now. I'd just say go for the 3v1.
Yeah, fuck the rest of it. Just jump on Drac.
What? You're gonna have no better opportunity, surely.
And don't call me Shirley. Yeah, you got to go because again that's unusual. The bat's being used.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's such a risky play, playing it with no fog. You have to go for it, right? Just jump in. Even if there's a fucking vampire there, just go for it. What other opportunity are you gonna have? I don't think to get a 3v1.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
supply now is good. You supply now is Godalming.
Yep. And also because of this, if Seward now moves in and Seward and Van Helsing takes damage, doesn't matter because they can heal double. So if
you've got train tickets, yeah, you supply and then just train down to London.
Yeah, or I'd probably say train first, and then you can make the decision in London. Do I want to supply or do I want to heal?
If you land in London, then your chances you have to heal, then you can't supply. Whereas you'd rather get your item. Oh, he's doing it your way anyway. I know.
Or maybe he's happy with all his items, so he doesn't need it. Maybe.
It's that. I'd always be tempted to do that just to pick up another event, you know.
That's quite a lot of combat stuff. Just got flashed up. One of them might be a planned ambush. He needs planned ambush here, not heroic leap. Heroic leap's not great.
You don't want to give Jack a chance to escape.
No.
You can get Drac down to 2 health.
How much health is he on now?
I think it was 10.
Yeah, because he didn't feed, did he? No. I just go for the 3v1 and just try and kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like what he's doing, yeah. Because, I mean, you're going to do that. You're going to land Van Helsing and London as well. You know, is there to take up the slack if need be, but I mean...
Just supply and try and get like a consecrated ground or something so that you can block Drac in afterwards. I mean, I know Plymouth's going to mature if Drac escapes, but... Hunters, 3v1, you can kill Drac from 10. You can kill Drac from 15 health with 3 hunters. Assuming you got good stuff.
Yeah. All you got to do is throw down 3 hosts at the right time, and...
Yep, that's it.
Doesn't matter, if Drac's on full health, you're still fucked after that.
Yeah.
No form's been used, so he can't escape. Escapes his bat. See, this is the other side with the UK though. If you escape his bat, where can you go, really?
Yep.
It's not like escape his bat to Edinburgh and then wolf form where you can't, because you're coming back down towards the hunters. So
and if you think, oh, I'll escape his bat to Edinburgh, but then you can't place an encounter in Edinburgh.
And they just train up to you, and you have another battle, and it's good night Vienna.
I assume you can. Can you? You can hide on. I've never tried it. You can hide on an escape his bat card. I cut out. I don't know. I assume that was a yes.
Sorry, did you not? Yeah, you can.
You can, okay. Because that's the only way you'd be able to do it then. You're wasting your hide then. Because you could hide with fog and then leave, but then, yeah, they got full warning. So, yeah, then if he's too low, then what do? You're wolf forming towards hunters, or you're going to sea and you're dying, so...
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, you take a feed and hope that, you know, that's easy to see, because as you say, if you throw down a fog and 4 wands used, especially if 3 hunters jump on it, and one of them has got it, it's very risky. That's fine.
Yeah, so it can heal it, or supply, whatever. I think there's definitely 2, like, it looks like 2 combat cards in terms of events. I didn't actually look at the items, I was too slow. So might not bother to supply? Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Good supply. I mean, if you supply now, do you get consecrated ground?
Oh, he's staking the vampire.
Right.
Oh,
Helsing can come into a nice freebie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's another way of doing it, I suppose.
Helsing can land, supply.
You'd feel really bad if Dracula escapes and then you've wasted that stake when you could have got it on Swansea. You could use it on Swansea. Yeah, it's a risky one. Ah, lol. Yeah. I have all the cards.
Okay, brilliant. I like that as well, correct. He isn't adjacent to any of them.
No, that is... No, in terms of how the game views adjacency.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're standing. There's three of you and Drax next to you. Go. That's him right there. That's adjacent. No, no.
No. Jason has been in Plymouth, mate. Yeah, funny.
Mina's just sitting about, just like, are you guys okay? Yeah. Okay.
I'll just stay
Shout
here
if
in
you need me.
Paris. Yeah, I'll go to the Louvre. Yeah.
Is here if hoax it matures and Drac gets out of this, and say he does get to Edinburgh and he manages to get, and imagine if he gets out of there, pulls a summon storms, and just blocks them in the UK.
Oh.
It's just him against Mina. That would be a hell of an escape. Here's planned ambush, so that was all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, 13 health, right? Okay. He fed in Swansea, didn't he? So.
Yeah.
We moved to London. Yeah.
You can tell it's the end of the week. I'm a little bit out of it. I wasn't even paying attention. This is why we need this co-commentary, right? You can pick up the slack when I'm not paying attention to stuff.
So we both just missed the same. Did you get that? No. Did you? No. Oh well.
Nah, that's right then.
Asking your viewers, put the stuff in the comments so that we can read it back and see exactly what happened. Because although we're watching it, we're space cadets. So. It's only now. You see what would have been. Yeah, that's fine actually.
What's the deal?
What's our weapons like? Oh, 6, 5, and 5. Fuck.
Yeah, but Seward's the one. Well, Seward burnt a stake, so I don't know what the other thing is that Seward has. Maybe he has fast horses. I've not been paying attention to his fast horses either. It doesn't really matter. Dracula might just die here. Oh, he's doing it on Seward, even though Seward has the planned ambush. Fascinating. I don't know about this. I don't know how I feel with like planned ambushes. Do you play it on the one who has planned ambush or the one who doesn't?
Oh, yeah.
If you have a Heavenly Host, just play Heavenly Host.
Takes him down to 3 health. Yeah, he's got. And the thing is now, the other two have all played Heavenly.
Your suit, or at least at very least a weapon. Yeah. There's no way you wouldn't have.
Saying combat deck has been a pain. Unfortunately, that's the you can only play with the cards you get. Unfortunately, that's the.
Yeah, you know that all too well.
Fuck
me too. I've had some terrible ones lately. Hope I'm getting my bad luck out of friendly games and not in the league games. Oh, knife, that'll do it.
Another Heavenly Host. Okay. Oof. Wow. This is. Ow.
Yikes.
Ow.
Aye. That's
This could be a short vid for your channel, mate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, people will be quite happy. Oh no, not a 2-hour slog. Oh, 30 minutes, that'll do.
That might be. Yeah, that might be it. We might have. If you see it as more of a traction for that, it's like just jump in when people are in like the second week and just pick it up for there.
Or do I do my space videos? What the fuck am I talking about? My Gloomhaven videos, where I'm just like, do you want to see how this game finishes? Find out next time. You have to.
Fucking hell.
What a dip move halfway through the game. Like, oh, like cliffhanger. Dracula's just been discovered. Oh shit.
Okay. Oh, hang on a minute now.
Now, is this great straight?
Great straight. Yeah. If there's none, this is going to be a few points for Drac.
Oh, he does get points. He's up to 11.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean,
the others
I think these two have got enough. Yeah.
They have to have weapons, right? Yeah.
Oh,
whoa.
done.
Still, he has 11 IP though. Holy crap.
Piratejoe. Wait. No. Yeah, that's it. Werecraft. GG. 11. Influence not. Right. Did influence not tick after killing? Who went up?
Yeah. Yes, it did. No.
Right. Oh well, that was.
Oh, fascinating. Well,
that's now Werecraft still. That's about outright at the moment.
Yeah, that's what's scaring me. He's 4-0.
Jesus, he's barreling through the games, isn't he?
That's just insane. Yeah, it's mental. I think he's had 3. They've all been close, but still, like.
I mean, I mean, I said with our game, and it is just what it is. Like that's what I said to you. But honestly, it couldn't have gone. Just couldn't get anything. I mean, to play that whole way, and like I said, he was just like, yeah, I feel really bad. The stuff I was getting just because it was almost like when I think I'd started in Constanta, it was going to mature, and I was like, oh, perfect. And all of a sudden, chartered carriage on Godalming, and it was like, because I was actually going to just burn it because I thought I won't use it, and all of a sudden, oh, he got there, and it was almost like I could really do with this.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck me, what have I got to do?
Oh no.
And say about doing it at the last minute, I was like, right, I just need, once you get that stage, it's like, right, I'm just going to start building the hunters, try and get some points at least, or at least burn their items. But I don't know what the rest of the guys have, because I've only played 2 games from last week.
Well, that's with everybody. Werecraft's the one who's played 4 games so far. So Werecraft's played both his games this week.
Oh, he's jumped right. All right, so nobody else for this week have played their.
No. So I mean, Peter Wizard because he played Werecraft and Piratejoe now, but nobody else. So it's not like we're lagging behind. It's just because Werecraft's played both his games during the week rather than the weekend.
Them all, like, yeah.
Reason.
That's interesting. So come Sunday night, that it could look very different.
Yeah, but then, well, I don't know. I mean, who else has got? Well, if there's any, okay, let's put it this way: Werecraft looks very good to be top of the league on Sunday because the only other person who can get 4 out of 4 is me, and I've got to play Piratejoe and then Quincy. So.
All right, you got. All right, okay. Well, yeah, but you know,
like
you might get your usual luck.
And I'm playing Dracula twice. Like
that's what I'm fucked at. I'm playing Hunters both this week. In fact, out of my first 4 games, I've played Hunters 3 times.
Yeah, it's just the way the
Oh yeah, but it's
everyone
Drax more my.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone has like a double game week where they have the same faction. It's just because it's odd numbers, so it just ends up that way. But yeah, and both.
It's quite interesting watching the. I played with my first game, Pizza Wizard. I didn't realise you and Mr. Green were commentating, so it's quite interesting. I've not watched one where it's been co-commentators other than you and I, so it was quite interesting to hear your critique.
I can't remember how that came out. Oh yeah, I think because we played earlier in the day. That's right. We played earlier the same day. We played our epic like 2.5 hour thing. And then I just sent him a message like afterwards after I'd like come back into the real world a little bit because I just went to the sofa and I just flopped. I was just like, holy shit.
the way I love the way the game affects you.
It's just insane.
Oh,
so then
so good.
I sent him a message saying, you probably hate my guts right now, but if you want to co-commentate, there's a game starting. But he's like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, he's just so chilled about everything. So yeah, we'll comment. That's fine. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that was nice actually. Yeah, and to comment, it was a really good game. You and Pizza Wizard, so it's nice to have, have a different.
It was funny watching it back because I knew the cards I had, and when I saw you were watching it, and I'd say to you afterwards as well because he said it was close, and I think when you messaged, you say like, oh yeah, you'd say you would have had it done anyway. But actually, I was confident enough that I had enough cards that if it had landed, I had Money Trail and various things. Obviously, Consecrated Ground 4 Heavenly Host, and Vampire Lair if I had to. So it was quite comfortable when I was watching it, and it's like you guys are like, he's got to have Consecrated Ground, and then Mr. Green says either that or he's had a stroke. I'm just moving random hunters around with no idea. But
just lost the plot.
It's a shame. I mean, he's like, oh, he's just given up now. But it's a shame. I mean, Pizza Wizard came back, and I agreed with him. He said, look, he played bar that move, which he's now learned. He said he played a very good game, as you can, was evidenced by the way he played. But again, it was just trying to get the right cards, and again, that's the thing about it. You can't get the right cards. You've just got to take what they give you. So it's kind of the rudimentaries, right? But I found more like before. I was quite happy playing Hunters or Drac, but since this tournament, I've really kind of gone off. I shouldn't be saying that. I've really gone off the kind of Hunter side now. It's just my controversy because. Well, you imagine this: if you play the Hunters, and again you're not getting the cards that you need or you desire or want or whatever, then all of a sudden, like we saw there, first week goes by. If you haven't pulled any cards that you need, like your papers or anything, then you're 7 points down straight off the bat.
Oh, you sound
and
like
then
you sound like me from like 4 months ago saying, no, we shouldn't have rumor tokens. Rumor tokens are too strong.
I know. Do you remember that? Yeah, when you were like, this is too difficult. Get rid of rumor tokens now. I'm going to change the rules. You were like Ondra, and it's like, I'm going to change the rules. If it's this, then it's that. Whereas now it's like, now you've
The funny thing
jumped up.
I've now completely like converted. No, rumor tokens are needed.
So, yeah, exactly. It's all OP'd. But no, the thing is, there's not been any issues, and the only there's not been any issues with the how it's been played. Everyone's been using it, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. I mean, if you,
What's the deadline or the final kind of? Because obviously there is no semis and finals, all the rest of it, which is good because we've got the World Cup starting next week, so it's going to be like fucking all over the place. But
tell me about
I'll need to try and put some. Oh yeah, I'll need to try. I forgot about that. Christ. Right. What's the kind of final week or date for this that it'll be decided?
Yeah, the last week's supposed to end Sunday, the 18th of December.
That's my birthday.
Ah.
I could win it on my. But what a present that would be!
Oh, that would actually be a great way. So we're gonna have to try and rig this now to try and
rig this now. Yeah, make sure that yeah.
You've heard it here. if Roscoe wins, you know it's been an inside job.
No, that's it now forever. Yeah, if this gets posted, that's it forever there in YouTube. It's like, yeah, we'll go back and look. This is when he said it would happen.
Yeah. I mean, and the irony of it all, you saying, "Oh, look, it's the organizer who's like winning all the games,"
yeah.
and I was like, "No, it's not you because it's on your birthday." I mean, you pretty much now announced to YouTube you're one step away from like identity fraud at this point now. just tell us your mama's maiden name.
And my pin is 1234. As if anybody listening on this is going to give a shit about that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, it's quite a long one, but yeah, it's just the way it is. So yeah, but it'll go by it'll go by quickly. It's going to go by very quickly.
Next week I'm going to have to try and do the same. I'm going to try and maybe get a couple of games ahead of schedule. To give me because what I don't want to be doing is leaving it to like getting to the last week, especially if December's a busy month, and then I don't want to be rushing and throwing in games and not have the time to play them. So I'll need to work out the diary and see what that is. I mean, they'll be fine. 2 a week's okay.
Yeah.
Some players want to play or pull them forward. It just means it kind of skews the results. Well, it doesn't because you just do in the following week, I guess. But
yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't make a huge difference to everything. I guess it's really just like you have knowledge of how your opponents have done, but ultimately you just have to try and win every game anyway. So it's like, does it make a difference? Probably not.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, I guess like the first round, there is a feasibility here that be a certain period where if somebody's won every game, like for example, Werecraft, games left, he can't lose. So he's already kind of that far ahead, unless everyone falls off the edge or everyone's staying within one game.
Yeah.
But he can drop. I mean, he's played his Hunters, isn't he? So he's got to play his Drac. So
how many Werecraft's played?
Played me as Hunter.
No, he's played two each. Werecraft has double game week of Hunters in game week 4.
So he was Hunters there, and he was
Hunters against yourself, and he's played Dracula against Pizza Wizard, and Dracula against Quincy.
Oh, interesting. So Quincy lost. Oh, spoilers, but he's not posted the videos yet. Yeah, but so he's lost as Hunter. I noticed that he's lost his Hunters to Werecraft.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Mr. Green. They're the results from game week 1. Yeah. Yes, it's all very topsy turvy. Yeah, and it's so the fact that Dracula. Well, no, is it now even win rate again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 5 Hunter wins, 5 Dracula wins. You can't make it up.
Yeah, I like how that keeps coming up. It's like that just. I mean, that's great because it just shows the balance of players that are competent on both factions.
Yeah, I must admit,
it's good.
It's interesting that he's only been turned off Hunters. I get more stress when I play as Dracula, but there's something more thrilling about it. If you can outwit if you know you're against a good Hunter player and you can outwit them, there's something really nice about it.
Yeah, you get some you win. I mean, it is. I mean, the whole OP blah 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 is. First of all, it's 4 against 1. So how Drac is OP, I don't know. Two, it's one of those where if the hunters were doing supplies day and night, as and when they took the risk, and obviously the strategy now, which is the right one, is that don't give Drac any cards, but that's why they're in the game to kind of throw things up and make it more exciting. All of a sudden, Drac's a bit more, right, okay, well, I've got devilish power, so play a consecrated ground. I don't really give a shit. And it opens up various avenues, whereas, more of this is more about Drac running away, because hunters, by the time they engage with him, have got pretty much all the cards they want, rather than thinking, right, you know what, I'm going to jump on Mina and try and take her out because she's weak. You just don't know what they've got. So I think it's working the way, it's working the way it should, I guess. But it's the fact is, anybody, it just comes down to how you play it. You can't. I think they're both. I mean, personally, I don't think either side's OP. What was interesting about what's the name of that channel that Morris went on to?
Legendary Tactics.
But yeah. What was interesting about that was the previous editions and how that seemed to be very OP in some of them. Seems to have been more sort of, now it's balanced out. I mean, things like the seas where Drac could go one way or the other, and it's kind of like that.
You can misdirect like sea space and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that being in this game. I mean, that would be all of a sudden money trails irrelevant because you just you jump at sea and then go back the way. So the original, which again is always the same, isn't it? The original ideas and the innovation of something always then changes and adapts as it goes on with people's input. I don't think. I mean, the whole thing about this is the pure luck side of the draw of the cards. And that's the other 2/3 of the game you can play as you do, but it is infuriating when you don't. And again, I don't sit and expect to. Well, I should get newspapers in the first week and that. But sometimes you think, do you know what? We're 3 weeks in. I'd like to have drawn at least one of the renewed vigors by now.
Yeah.
And especially when you've maybe got 30 cards left and you're like, fuck off. So I've got to do it night supply, and you try it and all of a sudden, it's a VAB card, and it's like, what else am I meant to do? You kind of, it's difficult to keep it going
together, yeah. But I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing though, like a lot of the skill in the game comes from adaptation to different situations, being adaptable. Same with as Drac, you probably have to notice it more because you have to work out what the hunters have. But same with the hunters, you have to think a lot about what items do I have? Have they been pushed around onto the right people, or they all if you got two people heavily armed up and the others have just got fucking dogs and nothing else, right? You have to think about that all the time. And then what Drac has been able to mature, what events do you have, can you get them on the right people, can you catch them in this position, do you have to wait one more turn? And then it's all about that. That's where a lot of it comes in when you've got players like all of us in the final 8. We've been through, we've been around the block a bit, we're used to both roles. So the key point is now how do we utilize what we have to our own advantage and try and eke out all those advantages as you can and not make that one critical error. A lot of it was the game I played against Mr. Green. You probably heard it if you listened to my 2 hours of insane commentary where I was just going madder by the day. I could feel the mental asylum were on the way to get me. I just end up saying I'm just gonna play the probability game here. I don't think he has Money Trail and Consecrated Ground, and if he has Consecrated Ground, I don't think he has it on the right people, or in the Heavenly Hosts. If I'm wrong, fuck it, I'm wrong. I can't. It's the same with your game with Pizza Wizard. Mr. Green and I were both sitting there. I don't think he has Money Trail and Heavenly Hosts and Consecrated Ground. He might, and he did, but sometimes as Drac, you just have to sit there and go, well, I don't think he has it, so I'm just gonna have to take the risk. Same as Hunters, sometimes you just have to sit there and go, I don't think Drac has a fog here, I'm just going to have to just hope he doesn't because I don't have a forward.
Well, this is
you just have to go for it. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and just go, oh well, if I lose now, fuck it, I can't do much about it.
And I think it's difficult to keep that kind of in friendlies and let's put this, non-tournament games.
Yeah.
I've probably played, I'll have played more ballsy moves and kind of going, fuck it, if they've got it, they got it, if they haven't, they haven't. But all of a sudden you attach a tournament to it, brings a whole different guideline. People, I play relatively cautious, but not as cautious as other players. I'm like, well, fuck it, you know, you got to guess that they have this or not. And interestingly, I watched that game, spectating on the game you and Mr. Green played. Then on my game, both pretty much commentating about the game you both just had.
Yeah.
So I was hearing it from there when you were saying, you know, you had to guess what he had. And I like Mr. Green's response was saying, well, you know, he wasn't supply at night to make you think that he was trying to find the card he had.
Yeah.
And it's all subterfuge and kind of,
Mm-hmm,
I'm not going to use the word that everyone else does. I'm going to use the correct one. You know, it's all misdirecting people and to confuse them, because fuck that. But yeah, and it's funny watching that game tonight, actually, the one you just posted here with Bugsby. To say that yourself, you're quite right. You were saying, I think you were kind of loitering with intent, and then you went, fuck it, I've just got to go and do this because, you know, I'm just hanging about, really doing nothing. You got to just jump on and decide, okay, you know, make a decision and be aggressive. And I think that's part of it as well. But again, the risk is, well, you know, you're going to win or you're going to lose. You know, you're not going to tie a game, so you just got to. I think for this, I'm just going to, without going any way, but again, all the strategies that we use, which we have done just over the hundreds and hundreds of games we've all played, it's, you know, you can't keep to that because people know. Like Mr. Green will joke and say, you know, that he's going to start in Brussels or Paris or something, you know, and, you know, this might do his Barcelona kind of thing and all the rest of it, but you've got to mess it up and kind of, well, I think it was one of your videos, but you'd said, is it better to just do the right move that's safe instead of trying to be risky and too sneaky and fuck it up? And I'm with you. I think in tournaments, you just go and do what's safe. Like if you're in North Atlantic and you rule form, you probably want to get to Santander or something. You don't really want to be jumping into 50 and hope the hunters go past you because, you know, you go to Santander, you know what you're doing. You can plan it and invade it. So, yeah, you're right. There's that temptation to mix things up, but yeah, I mean, safe is the way to go, really, unless.
I think there's like a limit to it. I think I must admit there's something. It's not like I'm actively throwing my games, but like when I've been playing like friendly games, especially when I'm playing as Dracula more than because the hunters I find like I can't. It's just more like efficiency saving. I feel like Dracula I've got a higher. I think it's really weird. Like it's something we could talk about at some point in more detail. I feel like the hunters, the initial learning curve is steeper, but I think as Dracula the skill ceiling's higher. I think. I've got this gut feeling, and I feel like a lot of it is about knowing at the right moment when to be tricksy and when to be safe. And I feel like there's that balance there. And often what I try to do, you'll notice me when I play like friendly games, I try to be a bit too tricksy. It's very much about what can I get away with, and then I take all of that knowledge into the tournament games. And I go, right, this is the moment to be tricksy. And then all the other times like, nah, I'm going to play safe moves here. I think that's all. It's about trying to work out what can you get away with, and that's quite a tricky skill to. And also, I'll get it wrong eventually. I'm not going to get it right.
The thing is, I mean that is exactly the same on the flip side for your opponent, because if you know how I've always maintained for the start, it's just like playing poker. You know, you're playing the opponent, you're not really playing the game. And if the opponent has a set standard of, okay, they're more cautious, or, you know, player A, typically what they'll do is they'll search the cities close to them and then work away. Others will be like, you know, so what they've got to do is mix up their strategy that, you know, they do the unexpected perhaps as a hunter, which again could open up for Drac. Or, you know, if you do a usual kind of, you know, Marseille to 41 wolf form, all of a sudden somebody would normally not bother checking that, and then they decide, actually, you know what, I'll go and check that first just in case. Then that's all of a sudden like, oh fuck, you know, both you've got to switch your strategy. If you keep the same strategy, then you will just play around you.
Actually,
so
who is it? Oh yeah, I had a game against Pizza Wizard where we were actually VCing while it was actually a recorded game, so it'll go up. It'll go up maybe a couple of weeks from now. And it was very interesting during the game. Obviously, Pizza Wizard had been paying attention to what I was doing in some of the games, and clearly I've been a little bit too predictable. Even I thought, I'm not that predictable. And he actually said to me at one point, well, in this game, you will fall from Marseille. You wouldn't have done it again to me, would you? And I was like, maybe? And I had. So I'd gone to Marseille, yeah. And that's just the thing. Like, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm not going to do that from now on. I'm going to leave it be for a bit. So next time I'm playing against Pizza Wizard, I'm not going to go anywhere near Marseille because I don't want him to know that, right? That
Yeah.
depends when this video comes out. Maybe I will go to Marseille now, Pizza Wizard, if you're listening. Just depends. You're gonna have to keep you on your toes, right? But that's the thing. It's kind of like, yeah, you don't want to be too telegraphed, but at the same time, it's like, well, sometimes there's just a really safe play, and the safe play is, I don't know, if you're wolf forming from, I don't know, say Zurich, go to 59 or whatever. It just depends on lots of things. Lots of things. It's just
The thing is, if that's the safest route to get Drac extra space away from hunters and to save then you do it. They've got to then catch you, or they've either got to drop a trail wherever they are or follow you. So yeah, I mean, it's just mixing it up. You're right. It's just kind of figuring out. But I'm the same as you. If it's friendlies and you play as Drac, you go, I wonder if this will work, and you do.
yeah.
Because it's like, it doesn't really, it's a friendly. That's what friendlies are for, is to find out kind of, different routes with game. There's one that came up. I'm not going to say on here because people might not know, and it's in a tournament. But there was one that I was like, oh, hang on, oh fuck, I'd never even thought about this. And then, you wouldn't have tried. I wouldn't have tried it unless it was a friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Came off. It's like, holy, that's pretty clutch. Like so. Again, you're always just finding things out about this. So again, it's great because both of them have both sides have got to change. When you and I play, same as like when Mr. Green and I play, it's like so many. It's kind of like, right, it's almost like you've got to forget you played any games with him and just take him as a new client, a new customer or a new fucking hell. Tell me been at work all week. A new opponent. So that because otherwise you let those previous kind of like, right, so Scot-sword, he does love a little, wolf form through there to there to there. But then if you don't know that, then it's a case of, right, well, because obviously the first thing you do is go to go and check that 59 because you might have done it because that's what you would do. But then that gives you the option to go, well, in that case, I'm going to go down to Florence because they'll assume that I'll go there. So, it's just like...
This is why we love this game. There's just so many...
Yeah, it's so much to it.
Yeah, that's fantastic stuff.
It should be interesting. The end of this, I need to. So I've got old. What's up, Doc, on Sunday? So we'll have to have a play. I was watching. That's why I watched your video with his tonight, just to see. I've never seen him. I don't think he's not been on any of Quincy's that I've watched. Well, I don't watch, but I've not seen. And he obviously hasn't played you, so I've not seen any of his gameplay. So I thought I'll jump on just to have a quick. Very competent. I mean, they're all going to be competent. They're in the final stage, so they've all got to. They've all played 10, 12 games, whatever, to get here. Everyone deserves to be here. So.
Have you finished that video, or not? The one where it's playing me.
I had to come away from it because you were starting to get all giddy and shouting like a little lassie on it. So I was like, I need to. You were just like, it was like proper tea kicking in. It was like, I'm like, for fuck, I need to come back to this.
Oh my god.
But it's funny because you can hear through the video.
You're supposed to be head of my marketing department here. This is not selling the product, mate.
Well, you know why, Mr. Sword? Because we've got 5 outstanding invoices for the work we have undertaken, which you haven't paid. And when I have tried to promote this channel and your other, just blanket. So I'm sorry. There's we're not miracle workers.
That's behind the veil's fault. We can have a proper conversation about Gloomhaven another time.
Oh fuck no! I'm not. No, I don't want a proper conversation about Gloomhaven. We will at some point though. I do want to do a return tier card for Drac.
Yeah.
We spoke about it, which will obviously be a lot shorter because there's less cards. But I think because especially if players aren't to see any of the Drac cards, I think that would be a useful just to see where we place his event cards. That'll just be a cheeky little. I can't say that'd be much longer than an hour for all the cards that are there, but just to keep that in mind, just to counter the hunter tier card and make it fair on both.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I want to do. I want to talk about like the different aspects of the game. I want to do like try and do like an explainer for the rules for new players, but like a short one, because you see loads of on YouTube. It's like 20 minutes, half an hour long. It's like, oh my god, can we try and do it in like 10 minutes? Is this possible? I've written the script, but I haven't timed it, so I got no idea.
Right, okay.
I want to do one for the items. There's probably other stuff I want to do, but I can't think of it right now. But yeah, it's just busy time with just playing the league games and also just like real life getting in the way. But hopefully it's something. Hopefully in the new year I can do. I am very keen. I'm very keen to get you back on, and we have lots of conversations about the game.
Well, what would be good is once I've won the tournament on my birthday, then we can have this as a little bonus one, you know, and I can talk about.
We got to interview the winner, right? So
Interview the winner. I mean, I'll have to between Sky Sports and NBC and stuff. I'll need to find the time and tell you how I've spent the winnings. Fucking hell, watch that. I'm gonna come last now. That's me just.
Oh, mate, what have you done?
That'll be it, mate. Oh, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, and that's sweet.
I'm not. I want to win.
Of course, we all do. We all do. That's the main thing about it. There's so many. I can't remember if I was talking to you or other people about it. It's like there's so many facets to this game, where even in the final league, because we've got 4 Europeans, 4 Americans. So like naturally, I know maybe this is complete bullshit. But like from my head, it's like, oh, there's like a little mini European league going on. But obviously, then we wanna beat the Americans, right? And then they'll have like their little rivalry going on. But then they'll want to beat us, and then obviously we want to try and win the whole fucking thing as well. It's and also all these rivalries, right? I mean, yeah, I'll be I mean, I know just from the group, like me and Werecraft again, and then I overcame Mr. Green. Mr. Green's a bit of my nemesis, to be honest. I got a shit win rate at Mr. Green, so how the fuck I won that Dracula game, I don't know. But so yeah, just all of these things, right? And obviously like playing against you, because like we haven't played a lot recently. So it'd be very, very fun to play.
It's been a while, and when you came to the community, we played quite a few times early on, and your Werecraft kind of started these sort of all the more time to go through the stuff and kind of show you bits about the game and all the rest of it, and then obviously you picked up quick in that aspect. But I mean, there's been loads of play. I think what would be a good like a golf Masters would be a good. Ryder Cup would be a good kind of. Or East versus West or something like that. Next year.
I think so.
Kind of like top 5 players, and maybe they do like their own, heats or whatever, and then the best go into like 5 against 5 or 6 against whatever. But just to build up, just a bit more camaraderie, isn't it? It's good to do that, and then it's But well, listen, mate. I know it's been short and sweet, and. First time I've been called that, but that's another game con. So, if you're about over the weekend and let me know what times you're doing tomorrow. If I'm about, I'll watch. I'll jump on, and I want to watch the one with you and Quincy. So let me know.
I can tell you right now.
All right,
people listening to this will be like, "Oh my god, why the fuck are they still recording? Fucking hell, just stop the recording and talk about this off camera." No, I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy. I'm too fucking.
I know.
Lazy. Actually, no, fuck it. I'll just do it anyway. Thanks for watching the video, guys.